An apology can range from a simple false accusation,
I'm sorry we got this wrong,
to an admission of guilt that is completely unnecessary.
Really sorry if I offended, hurt, or disappointed any.
Particularly in relation to an apology, it can bring both positive and negative consequences. In particular with how a comedy YouTuber, The Manny Show, whose apology will be something that would turn everything around. This occurred after abusing the copyright policies of the Oni-related commentary channel Enguine.
Bro, they went beyond by filing a copyright claim on Enguine.
This time, however, it was Manny who was in trouble because the copyright was being respected by Enguine. No, bro, Manny is pretty much overstepping the line this time. Great man show, please take back the ukulele and perform a better poetry for us. Even Penguin Zero had a say in the matter.
As the Manny Show or part of the Manny Show team, you would have to know that Enguine or any commentary channel ever would see this and immediately talk about it.
But on day 10, Manny made a rationalization and an apology.
I take full responsibility to those outraged by this. I am genuinely sorry.
Promised to make amends.
I then fired the agency, had YouTube remove any claims swept up in this.
And he did not try to avoid the blame, which helped him. Thank you for offering a sincere condemnation. I appreciate him for doing it, and you can see he was protecting the image of making that apology. Possibly the best apology I have witnessed so far on this app, including Penguin Zero.
Did you see the Manny Show's apology video? It was really good. Yeah, we can talk about that. It was actually really good. Probably one of the best I've seen.
Now I guess the Manny Show has come back to doing goofy skit videos, but with another 50 more subscribers this time around. But just as Manny's apology cleared his name, Keemstar did the same, but for fear of being taken to court for defamation. In January 2016, Drama Alert host Keemstar would depict RuneScape streamer Ars Glorian Gold as John Phillips, who had done a very terrible thing.
that this Massachusetts man, John Phillips, had sex with a teen that he married in an online game in RuneScape back in 2011.
But that turned out to be a falsehood.
My name's Sir Tony Ray, and I'm coming to you on Glory and Gold.
And once Tony presented an ID demonstrating that he was innocent, the whole of social media became furious with Keemstar. Every time I say you have committed utter defamation, it is illegal, and I expect it goes to sentenced involution. You long waited for the nicest person ever in the history of Twitch to be bullied, and by the end of the day, he was almost hurting himself trying to cast out the fire.
And earlier today, someone on my news team provided me with a story that I thought was vetted, that I thought was correct, and it wasn't.
But the viewers did not forgive the said apology. You contacted your staff to verify the truth of the story after you reported it, don't you? Of course, this is good for Keem, but Tony did not file a complaint, evaded serious punishment. But as glad as Keem was for escaping the judgment, Linus, the maternity ward, whose self-centeredness drove even her supporters to hate her. On June 24th, 2023, Billet Lab prototype GPU cooling block would be under the testing by Linus Tech Tips, and he would voice his conclusion for everyone to hear.
And in much the same way, we have a single water block, see that? Right in the middle here, that is going to be responsible for cooling both.
There was just one problem. He disputed the area with the incorrect product in the testing. Felix here from Billet Labs. The block was made specifically for a 3090T, not a 4090. Regardless of Billet Labs' comment, Linus refused to conduct the test again.
But it's a bad product.
It looks great.
Yeah, it looks super cool.
Are you just saying it's bad
think
just purely because of the price?
It's bad because it makes absolutely no sense and nobody should buy it.
It was even worse considering that when the company wanted the prototype back, Linus and his team before deciding to sell it, which enraged the viewers. It is unbelievable how a huge company like LTT has the ability to mess up in such a colossal way, and the post-action reaction was incomprehensible. It pains me to see how they treated Billet Labs. An apology is warranted and most probably owed. There were such public statements, and Linus would, in fact, post apologies with pictures of the entire team.
I'm speaking today because of the recent community outcry demanding change. I'm here because I agree with the community. We do have a lot of work to do.
I agree with the community, so I'm putting my foot down. Effective immediately, all YouTube video production is on pause. And our teams are going to be spending this entire next week focusing on long-term workflow changes to make our content better in a lasting way.
Before I do that, One point I do need to address here is that Linus misspoke when he said we retest for every video. We retest for every project.
Honestly, really hard when people take an internal process error and then they run that all the way to Linus is a thief and wants to auction someone else's intellectual property to the highest bidder, or accuses me of trying to brush something under the rug just because I do think it's important to get all the details before declaring me to be a low-down liar, straight-up piece of shit. We were slow shipping back the GPU that Billet Labs sent us. There's no way around it. That's our bad.
2 months after the events, Linus then sought to explain why he felt it necessary to decline a retest.
To not bother retesting the monoblock, that was obviously wrong, and my lame response on the forum was a huge and unnecessary blunder. I owe you guys better, and I'm sorry.
His supporters reacted negatively to this business letter of apology, and PewDiePie made the first good apology amongst all the back in 2017. While a PUBG live streaming, PewDiePie happens to call another gamer the N-word and quickly catches himself within a second. Nevertheless, backlash ensued, leading to #PewDiePie is over party on Twitter.
What a fuck nigger. Jeez, oh my god, what the fuck? Sorry, but what the fuck? What a fucking asshole. I don't mean that in a bad way.
I am not so much saying that I understand that PewDiePie considers him and bears the word. It is like, I do not understand people who have commented like, how can you hail a racist? Prompting her to issue an apology 2 days later.
An idiot. But that doesn't make what I said or how I said it okay. It was not okay. I'm really sorry if I offended, hurt, or disappointed anyone. Said the worst word I could possibly think of, and it just sort of slipped out. And I'm not gonna make any excuses to why it did, because there are no excuses for it.
As a black guy, I did not really like it, but his apology is nice. I did not mean it at all. I was just upset and used the worst word that came to mind. It's probably the most logically progressive defense I have ever come across, and that is because it was rather sincere. But likewise, even though PewDiePie has taken responsibility and has apologized for many of his wrongdoings, it was not the case for David Dobrik, who had to apologize because of his former teammate. In March 2021, the Vlog Squad leader was going to get into trouble after inviting a woman for a video, who ended up talking about her terrible ordeal with Dom Zaglatis, who was a member of the group. We killed time at your place for shooting purposes and returned back on the evening of November 25th. I only recall being very drunk on the balcony of your house. Apparently, you and your crew had bought in more hard liquor than I actually managed to down, and you and I and my friend had a whole 3-party, and I have no ideas about that somehow. As far as I may comprehend, at some stage of the 3-party action, I got too high and lay on the bed and dozed off. As far as I recall, my friends had to come into the room and strip me and change me. It was clear that David wasn't responsible himself, but the fans were furious. A lot of things David's gotta make clear. This is not drama of YouTube etiquette. One of the most serious of crimes, in this case overthrowing a king, is the most severe crime possible, and David and his entire team should be made accountable for it. In response, this apology was made by Carson in the March 23rd, 2021.
In a lot of situations where I've needed to apologize for my past actions, and I was a testament to that. I don't want to defend that video. I don't want to delete that video. I just want to be clear. What this video isn't going to be is it's not going to be me discrediting Trisha, Kat, or any other woman involved. I'm going to be using words that may trigger some survivors, and that's just so I don't explain anything vaguely, and I can explain every situation appropriately. I want to start this video off by saying I fully believe the woman who came out against Dom and said she was by him. As it was reported, the next day I got consent to post the video. Even though I got the consent to post that video, I should have never posted it. She sent that text because she felt like she had to, not because she wanted to. And that's fucked up. And I'm sorry.
By the end of the year, David was once again among the most prominent creators on the YouTube platform before leaving it in May 2022 to devote himself to his business. Just like how Mr. Beast continued to post videos even though he was under the biggest controversy of his career. On August 8th, 2024, Mr. Beast's ex-employee Jake Weddle revealed about his torturous experience on the sets.
That got a lot of media attention because everybody saw the premise and thought, what? You shouldn't do that. And people don't know that was the second attempt. The first attempt was on me. And it didn't go well.
He was not able to sleep and also was made to take part in barbaric challenges.
He comes in and I'm asleep. I don't know what time it is. And I go, what's the challenge today? The treadmill. Oh, the blisters I had on my feet were like, you wouldn't believe, just all over, just these big red. I couldn't walk. My muscles were like just the lactic acid.
He, however, never received the incentive that he was promised.
I did not get the 300K. He goes, think of it this way. At least you get to keep what you earned. You know, you were in there for XYZ days. You did XYZ challenges, so you got, 100,000 some change.
Viewers in this case were not so accommodating. As an ex-cross-country runner, that part of making someone off so fat, who out of breath for 2 weeks, and then making him run a marathon is just one sick thing a person can do. But a week later, Mr. Beast dropped Jake a line. To me, more than telling you, I appreciate your concern, cause I want to apologize to you for reasonable psychological discomfort that could have caused. You said that since there is still $190,000 due to you, you would like the same to be paid to you as well, and I want to come to a settlement with you in that regard. The two spoke over the phone to reach a compromise that would accept a lesser amount of money that Jake was willing to accept.
Remain credible. Counteroffer. 50. You save $140,000. You just give me 50.
But as Mr. Beast, who has been on an apology tour courtesy of journalism, has not yet made a formal apology, Neon's formal apology shall bring him more hate. During a live stream in March 2024, Neon would issue a chilling warning to a fan aged below teen.
Give me your first name, pussy. I'll give you Miami. I don't give a f. You're 10 years old. I will f you in the ass until you f***ing bleed, bitch. I swear to God. Shut the f up, bitch.
This happened after the young boy passed inappropriate feedback regarding him and his female companion.
I tried to be nice to you, bro. Shut the f up. I'll beat the shit out of you and your fat girlfriend, bro. What the fuck? That fat slut. I'll smack her in her face too, bitch.
After the backlash and any chance of a lifetime ban from the live streaming platform Kick, Neon was forced to apologize, which only brought even more criticism.
Sit here and genuinely talk to you guys about what's been going on these past few days and really recap and apologize for everything that I've done and the mistakes I've made as a person. In my career I've made a lot of mistakes and I've made a lot of bad decisions, but that was by far one of my worst things that I've ever said or done, and I want to sincerely apologize for what I said.
He has been an ish talker for years, yet issues a deficit 1-minute apology. This person engaged in threats of SUO violence on a little kid. There is no reason for him to have a platform. Neon has now returned to again doing what he has always done bad, with the addition of the reputation of new worst apology.